Hi Cabbie fans, I'm Juniper and I am very excited to be sitting here with my friend Taylor. She's the director of our Heart of Cabbie Foundation. So Taylor, tell us a little bit about what that means.
I work with our two key nonprofit partners. One is World Vision. They work in 100 countries around the world and we donate Cabbie clothing to them. And then we also work with Opportunity International, and they are all about empowering women entrepreneurs. And we get to do two things with them. We have a Make a Change program, which at every point of sale, the customer has an opportunity to round up her order, and all of that change goes to fund small business loans for women in the developing world. And then we have our We Are Cabbie program. Every time a new woman joins Cabbie to start her Cabbie business, we fund a small business loan in her name for a woman in the developing world so that she can also build her business. So those two programs are just a wonderful way that we as a company are able to support women entrepreneurs all around the world. And then lastly, we of course do a lot of domestic giving, and primarily that's through our disaster relief events. So when a disaster hits a community, I partner with local Cabbie stylists to plan a clothing distribution event for all the women who may have lost their homes.
Yeah, and it is really cool to see our stylists come together to really support women who need help.
I am passionate about what we're doing here at Cabbie, for sure.
Do you think growing up in places other than just here in America is sort of what gave you a heart to work with people all around the world?
Absolutely, 100%. So I spent my junior high and high school years living in 3 different places: Puerto Rico, Honduras, and Costa Rica. When we moved when I was 11, it was a hard transition, but I know that it was because of that time, that there was this heart for other people that were different than me that was kind of born in me. And it just gave me this real tangible sense of the need that exists around the world, and how if we pull together that we can really meet that need.
Well, now that we've learned a little bit about your background, we're going to ask you just a few fun and silly questions to kind of get to know you a little bit more. What's your favorite Cabbie Spring 2019 piece?
Well, funny you should ask, because I'm wearing it. It's our Heart of Cabbie top. It means that the net proceeds from the sale of this top go to fund all of our efforts that we do through the Heart of Cabbie Foundation.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee, absolutely coffee, but I wish I was tea. Isn't it? It's more sophisticated.
If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Flying. I have a little fear of heights. I feel like if it was my superpower, I'd be way over it.
What do you do to relieve stress?
I love to get outdoors. Beach volleyball, tennis, they're two of my go-tos.
Are you reading any good books right now?
I'm reading The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown.
Oh, she's so good. What would you say is the best advice you've ever been given?
Somebody once told me to do it afraid. Rarely are you going to get all the way past the fear, so you just have to do it afraid, whatever it is.
Do you have any special skills?
I hesitate to reveal this, but I did back in the day do quite a bit of miming. Literally several decades ago. Let me in to your hearts.
What's something else that most people don't know about you?
Most people probably don't know that I actually spent 3 years working on Capitol Hill. I worked for a member of Congress from Northern California, and I was his scheduler.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Definitely to loosen up, not take life too seriously, and I'd also tell her to stay away from those perms.
What's a cherished memory you have?
When I was really young, so elementary school, my grandparents would come by every Saturday morning and they would pick up my brother and I in our pajamas, and we would go to Johnson's Donuts and we'd get to pick out a donut and a carton of chocolate milk. And it's one of the sweetest memories that I have of both of them. And to this day, donuts are my #1 favorite food.
What have you loved the most about working at Cabbie over the years?
I love, of course, the people. I mean, I feel like that's such an obvious thing because I get to work with so many women that are so supportive.
Taylor, you are such an inspiration to all of us here in the office, and I know to our stylists as well. So thank you for spending your time with us today. It's been so fun to get to know more about you, and we'll let you get back to it.
Thanks, Junie.